Hi, this is the ElfSixDave News Show. Hi guys, this is my roundup of the past week. So what have I been up to? We had another wacky Wednesday. I played a game called Dog.
What the dog doing?
Dog.
I got to the end of Build a Boat, on one leg. And I will go through some of the comments that you mad lot send me. So first of all, in Wacky Wizards, we had a new ingredient update, which is a taco. This gave us 8 new potions, 7 normal and 1 for the premium. Check out the video if you missed it. So it seems we are back to getting a weekly new ingredient, as opposed to every 2 weeks, that we were getting. So, I had a go at playing Build a Boat. I teamed up with Shadow Pig Games, who built us a boat, and off we sailed down the river. Shadow Pig was driving, and I was a passenger. Just as well, because I have no idea how to play this game. We had also been playing with Robloxian Gamer, shout out to him, and his awesome boat builds. We named the boat, the Pigeon Express, mainly because Shadow was dressed as a pigeon. Anyway, we were doing quite good. If you like Piggy, or enjoy seeing maps for Piggy, made by other people, check out Shadow Pig Games YouTube channel, he is rather good. Just one little hit in this section, good driving Shadow. And a totally clear route through here. But then we got to the level with the giant balls, and it all went downhill from there. You could say, it was a big balls up. We hit a couple and somehow Shadow flew off the boat, and the driving seat had gone too, so I had no way to control the boat, I had to just sit there and let it do its own thing. So now the boat was in charge, and it decided to hit every single rock in existence. In fact, it wanted to go back and get all the ones we had missed. Yeah, wait, there is still some more. Turn back, you stupid floating dog turd, might as well hit everything. In fact, let's go back into the last section, why not? This thing is possessed. Yeah, good, go straight. So we kept clearing all the rocks until it hit the bank. This was my chance to escape the demonized floater. So I hopped off onto the bank, and started running. I didn't know if I could walk along the bank, so decided to give it a try. But then my leg fell off, and I had to run with just one leg. That was when I noticed my hat had gone too, and the sun was burning my sweaty face, but I kept going, not sure what I was trying to accomplish. I thought I had found a saloon, and went to get a cold beer, but they were shut. So I kept going. Then, the first obstacle, how was I going to get into the next section? Actually, quite easily. I just hopped in and out of the water. All seemed to be going well, until the space invaders tried to get me with their laser beams. But by now, my one remaining leg had turned into superhero leg, I could hop and run and defy them pesky space varmints. I was invincible. I just laughed into their faces and screamed, "You are as accurate as Imperial stormtroopers. See ya." Now I had to get through the next barrier, which was the same as before, but now there was only a steep bank to run along. My super senses could detect something. Yeah, teeth. Them nasty space invaders had phoned ahead, and sent in a team of ninja crocs. But they were no match for the power of Super Leg. I just pressed on, and taunted the toothy ninjas. I noticed I was in a swamp, so thought that these creatures might be alligators, not crocs. One of them took a bite out of me. I somehow got my head stuck in the boardwalk, but carried on regardless. After all, I was a one-legged, bald-headed, space-invading ninja Crocagator Terminator. And it was only 10 in the morning. I finally freed my big bald nugget, and carried on. Shadow Pig was a distant memory. He was probably back at the boatyard, building our next adventure. Or a piggy map. I got through to the next section, with the Crocagator close on my heel. The water in this bit seemed to hurt me. So I had to hug the wall, to avoid the acidic liquid. I realized I had lost part of my arm as well now. I came to a tricky bit. There was no way past. I had to jump in the water. But, it wasn't hurting anymore. I had become immune to the foul beast. I was becoming stronger, with every part of my anatomy falling off. Then the invisible blocks were trying to deceive me, but no, I am far too clever for the likes of them. I jumped over the invisible block. The map was repeating itself, trying to confuse me, so I did exactly what I had done before. Another invisible block, no problem. I now had the ability to travel through bricks, and into the next section. This was a land of mysterious disappearing water and desert. I think the heat of the sun had fried my mental stability. Was I going crazy? I was hopping mad, through seas, deserts, mountains. How many days had I been here? Was I still alive? What was my name? Did I feed the cat this morning? I couldn't remember anymore. Each step forward took an eternity. I reached the Pyramid of Giza, which I hopped over with minimal effort. I could see the end of the desert. What would I encounter next? The invisible sea was pushing me back, but nothing could stop me. In the next world, I had extra speed. And the ability to walk through brown rocks. Was there no end to my superpowers? But then, I could hear something. Was that running water? That sounds a bit like a waterfall. Somehow I missed all the spiky rocks, and kept on running on my singular super leg, through the shallow water, that probably housed piranha, sharks, and all sorts of nasty beasts. I'm pretty sure I saw the Loch Ness Monster too, but I brushed them all aside. I was in godlike mode. Ahead I could see the end, and a huge treasure chest. I had never been this far away from home. I approached the chest, but then realized, I left my keys at home. Well, that was a crazy story. So, moving on to the other news, I had a go at playing dog. This game is similar to Piggy, so no explanation needed. I got a bit annoyed by this game, mainly because the dog doesn't need to be close to you to kill you. The hitbox is a bit erratic, watch here. Look how far away I am, and boom, dead. And here. So I didn't enjoy that very much. I might give it another go at some point. Let's move on to some of your comments over the last couple of weeks. As most of you know already, I used my real voice in the Wacky Wizard's birthday cake video. I had a lot of positive feedback from that, so thanks to all of you. I'm going to start using my own voice, and this one, hopefully, in future videos. So a shout out to Rio Daniel, Xander Hunter, Shanj16, Isaiah Jones, Shadowpig, and Gundirt, and anyone else I haven't mentioned. Thanks for the positive comments, it means a lot to me. I'm now in a push to get to 5,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already done it, maybe give it a poke, that would be awesome. I hope you enjoyed this new video. I am hoping to make it a regular feature, so as usual, let me know in the comments, and maybe next time, it will be your name I am shouting out. See you soon guys, bye.
It's raining tacos.